Hello. If you hear any squeaking, it is my dog, but my name is Jordan Daniels, and I'm doing this presentation over what if Russia was separated. So the assignment was to separate Russia into three separate parts, and that's what I did. So in this presentation, I will be showing you how I split Russia, which is based on population, and then the three different countries that I split Russia into. Also, all of the countries have the same population size. So, just as a little fun fact, Russia is the size of America and Australia if they were put together, and which is much, much larger than any other country, I believe. Um, so, next, I'm showing you a picture of population in Russia based on it's a color scheme. So red means that it's a very high population, and green basically just means that it's very low population. So as you can see, there's a very big population down in the western area, but up in the northeastern area, there's like no population. Nobody lives up there. That's because of living conditions. But throughout this presentation, you'll see proof that to split this country population wise was not easy, and the countries do not look similar in size at all. They look very different. But yeah, so right here you'll see the three different countries that I made. There's the blue one, which is the first country, the white one, which is the second country, and the red one, which is quite large, and it is the third country. As you can see, compared to the population map, it actually makes a lot of sense if all three countries have an equal population, why the red one is so much larger. That's because of, as you can see on this, all of the population is in one spot, hence the two countries being in a similar area. So that first country is called Narod. This is how you pronounce it.
Народ, 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 народ.
Narod. Awesome. Okay, so basically, the population in this area is 47.7 million, which 47 to 48 is about the typical amount in each country that I have. As you can see, based on the population right there, it is a red area, meaning that it is the smallest, and that makes the most sense. This does include Moscow. So it's the blue portion on the map. It is the smallest portion landmass wise. So yeah, that's no road. The second country is called Europa. Europa. That's how you pronounce it. It is quite population dense. This is the most populated area out of all three countries. Is Europa. It's the closest to Europe. It is the most populated. It has about 48 million people, which, like I said, 47 to 48. It has a larger landmass than the first, but not nearly as much as the third. All right, moving on to the biggest landmass.
Большинство, 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 большинство.
So I will be referring to the third country, as Bali, because that's easier for me, but I would think that civilians in this country would call it its full name. It is the vastest, but it is the not as densely populated. So the population is spread throughout that entire country. It was hard to make that look even closely even in landmass size to the other two countries. But yeah, so that was my presentation. Here are my sources. Like I mentioned before, I split the countries up between their population. So each one has around 47 to 48 million people based on population. So